Video this morning is for the dirty, rotten pieces of garbage that finance Donald Trump's real estate empire. Those slobs at Deutsche Bank in Frankfurt, Germany, and all over the United States. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the way they've been laundering money out of Europe is to loan the dirty money into these high interest rate so-called predatory mortgages. So that when the predatory mortgages become stressed and the predatory mortgages ultimately are defaulted upon, they can launder their money into a nice clean piece of U.S. real estate. Now, Donald Trump and the FBI and the Department of Justice have an awful lot of explaining to do with U.S. District Judge Robert Leon Jordan in Greenville, Tennessee. You see, folks, the way criminals move money around the planet is they obfuscate or obscure the origins of it, and they use sort of sophisticated money laundering techniques in order to hide the money from not only taxation, but from law enforcement. Donald Trump's real estate empire has been financed by the biggest criminals in the world. And Donald Trump, and his association with the Triad Mafia and the Bin Ladens and the Khashoggis and the Gabanafars and the Clintons and the Bushes are a matter of historical record. So as he goes around the United States holding his Hitler-style political rallies and spewing his garbage about draining a swamp, that man hasn't drained anything. He certainly hasn't touched the bankers. Not one bit has he touched any of the bankers, and his little pal Mnuchin, that little Mnuchin freakazoid, has done nothing but cover up for these criminals during the entire Trump administration with people like Jeff Sessions and William Barr. And this is why Comey and Mueller and the Clintons and Stotts and everybody else, even McCabe, has walked. They run their mouths endlessly, they whine and they carry on about Russia this and Russia that, while the bankers walked off with trillions. Now, Mr. Trump might not particularly like what I have to say, and my answer to him is, it's too bad. Too bad, Donald Trump, because your record is showing. Your administration is a, what do you call that there? Oh, a toothless dog. The banks have gotten away with stinking murder while Donald Trump plays golf and goofs around and carries out his racist agenda and all this garbage about wall this and wall that and spend billions on this and spend billions on that and let's buy Greenland. He acts like a goofball. Him and Joe Biden belong on the same mental ward. And Mr. Trump, let's talk about Deutsche Bank and their money laundering. Let's talk about J.P. Morgan and their money laundering. And let's talk about Credit Suisse and their money laundering. And all these funny little mortgage brokers and all these rather odd, irregular, predatory foreclosures. So to the Trump administration and the Justice Department, here's the old Judd Witham challenge. Let's go on national television for about 30 minutes. And we can have us a discussion on Deutsche Bank's money laundering propensities and the large amounts of cocaine and all kinds of other dope money that Jamie Dimon and Goldman Sachs and, Bank of America and Zions Bank and J.P. Morgan Chase and the whole gang have been laundering in America for decades. Dope Incorporated, Mr. Trump. And when you sit back there and your administration buddies listen to this video, I want to remind you of something. That old Trump princess. Who'd you buy the Trump princess from, Mr. Donald? Huh? And who were you involved with during Iran-Contra and Charlie Wilson's war down in Houston, Texas, Mr. Donald Trump? You're not fooling anybody, pal. You and your lock Hillary Clinton up. Hillary Clinton's not going to get touched by you because she's got the dirty files on you, Donald. And all your marriages and all your sleazing around with all your girlfriends and your pal Jeffrey Epstein. Your pal Bill Clinton and Hillary. and your pals, George Bush, Gabanafar, Khashoggi, and the whole bunch of them, your New World Order pals. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave this video right here. I just had kind of a little discussion with one of Don Trump's Trump bots. And, Don Trump's a great man. Don Trump is a scam artist from New York City. The end. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it right there. And as always, God bless. Hasta la vista, and you betcha we're coming back.